Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashunvannuti Visida Sadhanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatye Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
Good afternoon. My name is Tim Thomas from the Centre for Australia-India Relations, which is a new centre that our federal government set up in May. It's an absolute privilege for the Centre to be present in what I think will be a very auspicious day for the Australia-India relationship with such a prestigious university such as University of Wollongong, committing to being part of the capability build and the people-to-people ties between Australia and India in this wonderful initiative, in this wonderful city. I'm very glad that TatXpo is involved in a very tangible way because what the Centre is really interested to do is bring university, education and private sector involvement to really transform our economic engagement between Australia and India to solve really important issues, not just for Australia and India, but for the globe. So this is a very auspicious day and we're very, very thrilled to be part of it, and I thank the University of Wollongong for inviting us along.
Very warm welcome, Ram. That was beautiful, really lovely, the warmth and I think just the genuine capacity that you make us feel welcome and the way it always is here in India when we've been coming here. But to see the collaboration between TatXpo and the university shows that you know the sectors coming together and collaborating for the benefit of all.
Thank you so much, Ram, for that beautiful blessing. I know you are a man of many talents, but that's one I've just discovered. I reflected, Ram, with your beautiful blessing of the power of this beautiful country, the rich knowledge and traditions, and also the importance of acknowledging those traditions. So thank you very much for that blessing. It also really underscored to me why we embark on educational initiatives abroad. It's for this mutual understanding and discovery. So I've learned something here today.
Within a research centre that we're going to be building, we'll be focused on work that will incentivise and help understand and promote investment flows from India to Australia and vice versa. So I'm very excited about this particular initiative and I look forward to seeing the students when they arrive.
Thank you, Alex, and the university team for allowing TatXpo to be part of this noble gesture. We are delighted to be part of this wonderful economic partnership, which will not only help some aspiring international students to be part of the cutting-edge research that we wish to produce.
Trisha Davidson, Senior Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Alex Freno, Mr. Adam Gilchrist, the Brand Ambassador for University of Wollongong, Dr. Dipesh Shah from IIFFCA, Mr. K.L. Tijani, SVP Gift City, Mr. Sandeep Shah Gift City, distinguished speakers and our dear delegates. I would like to welcome all of you to the afternoon session today.
Thank you for the university team and grateful for allowing TatXpo to be your partner and to be here at Gift City to share some important insights that TatXpo has been working for the past 10 years. So the whole purpose of TatXpo, as we call it, it's literally stands for experiencing TatXpo. And the way we like to showcase experience is a showcase of our work across Australia, India, and the regions that we are committed to.
I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Ram and his colleagues, as well as the university, for putting together this initiative.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome to everybody, and nice to see some known faces from Kadila, JSW, and all of you. Ram, is it fair to say that I know you from the time you started your career? When I was doing 2 jobs before this. And it was great to sit here and see the presentation and see what Ram has achieved over the years, because I've literally seen his journey and followed him over the years. So congratulations, and it's my pleasure to be here.
But what the center is really interested to understand is how to get leading lights of the Indian diaspora in Australia to be true economic agents of change between Australia and India. And Ram is a great example of that in action.
Other key advantages is the most favoured nation provision between the two countries. So to the extent that Australia, for instance, negotiates a more preferential agreement with another country, then India is automatically afforded the same benefits. So just because you're a first mover, you're not being disadvantaged. It's actually it's built in sort of your preferential treatment going forward.
What the GIFT does now is it provides in India onshore and offshore center. I think if I really put it very simply, it's an offshore center within onshore India. And when I say offshore center, what does it mean? It means that from a foreign exchange management law perspective, you are outside India when you set up in the GIFT International Financial Center, which means that you are outside all the domestic law. There are no domestic foreign exchange law which applies to you, and you are into a separate zone which for all practical purpose works on the similar principle as to how a financial center outside India operates. So for example, if I go and set up in Singapore and want to do India business, the GIFT now provides you the same platform.
The economic conditions are absolutely perfect for increasing trade flow between the two countries. You need a will, you need good relationships, and even the trade agreement will be enormously helpful, but you need fundamentals and economic conditions that are conducive to trade, and I think they exist now.
But what do you think we should do to promote Indian family offices and Indian investors to look at Australia?
Well, look, I mean, I think to start with, there's a lot of cultural similarities. Obviously, both being part of the Commonwealth, sharing a love of cricket, those sorts of things. So there is a fair bit in common. I think in order to entice Indian investors to come to the Australian market, you need to show them things that they can't get access to in India. So, whether that's specific opportunities within property, mining, agriculture, there's a whole host of things that Australia is obviously very strong in, that the Indian market may need at some point. We know there's a huge emerging middle class. And so if you can take a step and look 5-10 years in advance and understand what that middle market is going to want from Australia, I think there's huge business opportunities there, and huge avenues for Indians to come to Australia and invest and take advantage of that.
One of the strongest views that TatCapital always had, when going back to what Steve reflected as trusted pathways, an accelerated way of building the trusted pathways is through a cross-border M&A play. And if we sitting on both sides of the coin and curate very high growth companies to potentially come together in some sort of a corporate development activity, I believe that India-Australia economic dialogue will significantly improve.
We've seen a large number of new funds come up. I think I was just reading a report from Bain that talked about 600 plus VC funds, including micro VCs, and many of them actually just started out in the last 2-3 years. And but this has been sort of a result also of the growth in the startup space. When the government of India started the Startup India program, there were only about 1,000 registered startups. Today it's 70,000.
Agreement that has been signed between Australia and India, where the qualifications that you acquire from India are valid in Australia, and vice versa. That again will encourage a lot of Indian students to maybe join Wollongong over here and maybe go on to Australia for another degree thereafter.
We have with us Mr. Naveen Pansari, who will talk to us about the opportunities that lie ahead for Australian brands seeking to access the hearts and minds of Indian consumers.
You just returned from Australia. You had a wonderful roadshow. You came to Australia as a tourist for a long periods of time, never on business. Tell us about your experience.
Ram, thank you for inviting here. And at the same time, it was a fabulous journey to Australia, where it was a week-long journey, but Ram has kept us very busy. Practically attending 15 round tables over a period of 3 days. Back-to-back power pack meetings, having lot of enthusiastic vendors, brands, and manufacturers wanting to come to India and want to explore India, what is all about India. And another important thing is he organized the meeting with various solicitors firm. We have, Talini here from Baker McKenzie, and also there were chartered accountants meeting and CPAs meeting, and all of them were quite excited to explore India in a newer way, what India is having the opportunity for. And Ram has been a good catalyst, and Ram has been organizing it quite well. Thank you, Ram.
Gilchrist entered rear club of players to have won the World Cup thrice as Australian, followed up their 1999 triumph with titles in 2003 and 2007. As well as in 2006, he scored the second fastest century in the history of Test cricket against England at Perth in 57 balls. Please put your hands together for one and only esteemed international cricket, Adam Gilchrist and Professor Patricia Davidson.
And obviously, World Cup coming up, it'll be unfair not to ask your top 3 picks or top 4 to the semi-finals.
Yeah, I'll take top 4. I won't pick the winner. It's too hard to separate it. Yeah, it's limited overs cricket. It's a lottery. So I'm going to go with, definitely the hosts. They're going to be in the semi-finals.
Of course.
Particularly on the back of the effort yesterday. They didn't even get to last night, did they? It was all done in the afternoon. India, I think England are a team that most cricketing nations are almost modelling their game a little bit on in all formats, T20, 50 over and Test cricket, in their positivity and the way they're entertaining. I do think Pakistan will get there.
Pitcher here from Terra Eagle. Thank you for coming tonight. I just wanted to ask you, what are the few points that stood out for you so far in the TatXpo tonight?
I think the entire fact about the entire India-Australia relationship and how warm that relationship is, not only from the Indian side but also from the Australian side. Being an Indian, I got to know quite a lot about specifically Gift City. I was not aware of the entire concept, and that was pretty new for me.
Thank you for your generosity and interest in the conference today that we've successfully put together. Malini Dutt from Investment New South Wales, Indo-Australian Chamber of Commerce, Tim Thomas from Centre of Australian-India Relations are especially thanked for their enormous and high-quality support throughout this endeavour.